me through how worried you are, first of all, about what we've seen coming, particularly out of the United States. The U.S. Senate, of course, really trying to take cryptocurrencies generally to task and put some barriers and regulations in place. How does that affect your outlook, particularly given the fact that you've just set up here at ADGM?
Thanks so much for asking. So within the ADGM, we're operating under the OCAB framework, which is operating a crypto asset business. What the ADGM have done is truly unique in terms of the regulatory global landscape, in terms of providing really a unique framework that identifies digital assets, crypto assets, as unique assets. I think one of the challenges that you're seeing in the United States right now is when the United States House of Representatives, when the Senate, when they look at this as a new asset class, they're really struggling in terms of what's on the books right now. I mean, you're going back to the 1933 Securities Act, and I think it may be prudent for them to look at Libra, to look at how is the Fed Reserve going to treat it, and is this a new currency, or how are they going to treat this as an asset class going forward?
So this is really about the fact that, as the Winklevoss twins pointed out to me just a year or two ago, that there is an age gap and a knowledge gap when it comes to understanding crypto.
That could be a factor, but I think you also, again, really have to look at how is Congress going to tackle this in the long term.
And how that impacts you guys.
Well, here in the ADGM, our regulator has actually taken a very unique approach in terms of identifying crypto assets as a unique asset class. So rather than look at what's on the books from a statutory perspective as you would in the United States, here they've actually had the opportunity to kind of ring fence and segregate it and say this is a crypto asset, this is a traditional financial asset.
My colleague Matt has a question in Singapore.
Yeah, hi Leon, thanks very much for joining us. I just want to go back to, I guess, a broader question about crypto in itself and the fact that there's so much volatility when it comes to the pricing, and that often determines the interest. When we see crypto going up, we just mentioned it was up again above 13,000. When you look at Bitcoin, for instance, we see a huge rush of people in, euphoria surrounding it, but then when it goes the other way, everyone loses interest and says, you know what, I don't want anything to do with Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. It's too volatile. How do you manage that kind of mindset that's out there at the moment within parts, at least, of the investment community?
It's a great question. In terms of looking at crypto assets as an asset class, one could compare them to a traditional commodity, which I think just prior to coming on the program, I was listening to your segment on oil. And if you look at crypto assets, certainly like any other traditional commodity, you are going to have ups and downs. You're going to have peaks and valleys. It certainly does have some volatility, but there is certainly a lot of equivalency to traditional commodities as well.
How long, though, do you think it'll take before, I guess, that opinion or that mindset when it comes to cryptocurrency, I guess, gets ironed out? How long until investors see that their big swings are perhaps a normal feature of this asset class and perhaps understand it a little bit more? How long do you think that that will take?
Well, I think certainly what we're doing here in Abu Dhabi Global Market in terms of providing a regulated ecosystem for crypto and in the medium term digital assets will certainly help not only retail customers as well as institutional stakeholders gain a lot of comfort with what is a unique asset class in terms of providing transparency, compliance, and the comfort that it's a regulated asset.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.